Hey y'all, welcome. I am Christine. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think the first one is my favorite. You guys let me know what you think. These are all Dollar Tree items. The only thing that's not Dollar Tree is my glue gun and my glue. Everything else came from Dollar Tree. So I picked up this pretty little charger plate. These are out now because summertime is coming. And then this cute little anchor. And I'm just going to cut the tags off of that. And of course, I'm using some nautical rope, jute twine, whatever they call this stuff you need at Dollar Tree. So I picked up a fresh thing of it. I am going to be using a combination of my hot glue and this Fix All adhesive. It's like an E6000 type glue from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use that to secure my nautical rope. I'm just going to run one little edge around that edge of the charger plate just because it adds something a little more beachy, and I think you need that to break the difference between when I put the anchor on there and the charging plate itself. So just go around. I'm not going to put it everywhere, but I just want this fastened real good, so I'm going to go around, and I'm using the whole of the rope. When I go to make a hanger, I'm only going to use one strand. If that doesn't make sense now, it'll make sense in a little bit. And I, of course, am using my Dollar Tree little finger protectors because hot glue, y'all, gets me every daggum time. So I'm just going to run that bead around, and then I'm going to put my anchor on there. Now, I did not remove the little jute twine hanger cord from it. You can certainly remove it, but I think it adds something. So I decided to leave that on there. And this is where that E6000 type glue is definitely going to come in handy because this anchor is pretty heavy. The charger plate's got a little weight to it. I just want it to make sure that it sticks and stays. So I'm running a nice combination bead of each. Now, I place this where the hanger twine kind of covers up where the two ends of my nautical rope meets. Doesn't matter. You do a good job of laying your jute twine down and taking those ends and kind of gluing them on themselves. But I can still see a seam, so that's where I'm placing my anchor at. Then I'm simply going to go on the back, use one piece of rope off that nautical rope because there are three pieces there. Is that right? 2 or 3 pieces. Anyhow, I'm going to use just one strand of that so that my hanger is not so bulky. And then I'm using that Fix All adhesive and my hot glue to secure that to the back. Y'all, this is done. But how stinking cute is that? Tell me what you think of this one. And on to project 2, we're going to do this stinking cute little shell hanging decor. I wanted to make it standing. You're going to see here in a little bit. That did not work. So this little shell, isn't this adorable? It's about the heaviness, the weight of the anchor. All this stuff is out at my local Dollar Tree. Some of you guys have really, really nice and big Dollar Trees, so I'm pretty sure you can probably find all this beach decor out now. Now I'm going to use the beads from this, and I'm going to save that tassel for, you never know when I'm going to use that later on, so save that tassel. That's a nice tassel. I'm going to use the beads, but I'm not going to use that jute. I thought I could use it, but I'm not going to use it. This is a pack of the hanging shelves. I'm going to use one of those boards. I'm not worried about covering up those holes because this wallpaper. This is new at my local Dollar Tree. It kind of reminded me of seagrass. I know it's like eucalyptus. It's okay. Let's just go with it. You're not going to be able to tell, really. So it reminded me of seagrass. I thought I was kind of positioning where I wasn't going to get all that eucalyptus. And then I looked at the bottom and I thought, bottom piece works well. So I just measured it out. Going to peel off that backing. I did not use any other adhesive. This sticks really well to this board. So now you see, no need to cover up those holes. In the end, I do come back and lay another piece to finish off the back because I messed up the back. You'll see why in a minute. Excuse me. So I'm just going to use something to punch the holes in the top of it. You're going to see why I'm going to do that. So again, I am using my Fix-All adhesive and combination of hot glue. I'm just going to simply glue this towards the middle of my little board there. Then I am going to take the rope that actually comes with the hanging shelves. I'm going to take a piece of that, and what I'm going to do is run it across the top. That's not going to be my hanger right now. All I wanted, yeah, I'm using a drill bit to punch my hole, but it's about the size, so it worked perfectly. I'm using that right now, the rope, to put those little beads on it. There are 4 beads. They work perfect across the top. See, I thought I could use this as is. It didn't make sense. It wasn't long enough. It would cover up part of the shell, that tassel, so I thought, put the tassel in your stash. Never going to know when you're going to use it again, so I'm going to use that other cord there. I'm just beating up the cord. I'm going to put one end in one side in one of the holes, add a little hot glue to secure it after I knotted it on the back, do the same to the other side, and that's simply going to be a little decoration across the top. Now, I had the little blocks from Dollar Tree, and I thought I was going to be able to use those to make this stand up. Y'all, that shell is very heavy. It would not stand up, so I ended up removing them. But by the time I put the hot glue and a little bit of that Fix-All adhesive had done its job already. So I actually tore a little bit of the backing. So then I simply came in to cover it with another piece of the wallpaper. No worries there. We got a finished project. Then I just use some more hot glue and make a little cord so that this can be hanging. Let me know if you figure out any kind of way that this could be standing. I did not have those little wooden cubes. Those would work, the bigger ones. The ones I have are from Hobby Lobby, and they're ginormous, so it looks stupid. Maybe the tumbling tower blocks, I don't think they would work neither. Anyhow, the shell is very heavy, so it's okay. We got another hanging wall decor here. Let me know what you think of this project, you guys. right, our third and final project. This one takes a little more time. This was not quite as simple, but I think it just makes a gorgeous little wreath. So I am showing you 3 blue, and these are different. You can probably tell it laying down. 1 of the white with the gray stripes, and 2 of these, they have like some kind of puffy material to them. But I'm not going to use all 3 of the blue. I am going to use both those whites. I didn't quite use all the roll of the white neither. Pick you up some of the chenille stems. Cut those in half. Then we have one of the smaller wreath forms. Now I'm going to take my mesh and use my little cutting board. And that's 8 inches there, I believe it is. I'm going to cut each piece to approximately 8 inches. Doesn't really matter if it's a little more, a little less, but I'm just using this kind of as a template. Then I kind of use my mesh itself as a template. So what I did to begin with was cut 10 of that blue, 10 of the other blue, 10 of the white with the silver, gray, whatever you want to call it, and then I cut 20 of the white with the little puff stuff in it. I don't know what that is. It reminds me of like, I don't know, maybe like the stuff that looks like snow for Christmas. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So I cut 10, like I said, of the blue and those white. I used every single bit of that white with the puff in the end. That wasn't quite enough, so I had to come back and cut a little bit more. I would say maybe I had to cut 10 more total to make this full. No rhyme or reason here. Y'all do this however you want to. But you see how I'm doing it. Just start at one end. You don't have to be precise here, because once you bunch it all together, it's just going to look like little rolls. So you don't have to be precise here. We'll roll it up. Use my little, those are Dollar Tree little clamps that I use to kind of hold that. Then when I've got some done, I just decide how I'm going to put them together. And on the wreath form, sometimes I would put the white to the top, sometimes put the blue to the top. I did not combine the 2 blues. I did a white and blue, a white and the other blue, and then sometimes I use the ones with the puff stuff in them. Puff stuff. Anyhow, I use that. Sometimes I use 2 of those just to break up some of that blue. So I'm going to use everything that I've got right here. You can see you just take the chenille stem, center it on your little, is that tool? Is that just mesh? I don't know. Anyhow, you're just going to center it and then twist it. Then when you have all that you're going to get done, you're going to see here, I got a little pile. I'm just kind of pointing, showing you how my pattern was. You can make it very random. The key is to make it full. So, like I said, you're going to use 5. And you're not going to use all of it. 3 of the mesh, and I think those other ones are called mesh too. I don't know. And 2 of those other white ones. You can see here, those 2 white ones are together. I started there. So my pattern for putting them on there was, I started in the middle. Then I would do one side. Then I would do the other side. Then I'd do the middle, one side, and other side. That's just to make it full from top to bottom on your wreath form. That's what that is. So just push them together. You don't have to be too tight. They can have a little bit of room because of that mesh. It spans a little bit. But you can see here I'm just going through doing my pattern. And then like I said, in the end, I probably had to make maybe 10 more. So for $5 in your mesh, or it's $1.25 now. It's not truly a Dollar Tree now. And then your wreath form, and then your chenille stems. So we got a good deal right now. And then in the end, I had in my stash, and these came from Dollar Tree too. I had used some from another project. I'm going to use some baker's twine. That matched perfectly. I lucked up there, y'all. And then these sand dollars. And I had used, like I said, a couple of these sand dollars for something other else. So I'm not sure how many are in that pack, but I've already used some of them. I'm going to tie these where they stagger. And then I'm just going to simply tie that to the wreath form and let that hang in the center. The wreath is beautiful as it is with just the mesh on it, but this is just going to add a little more detail. So I really like this. Now they have some clamps and stuff of like seahorses, I think starfish and stuff. So if you didn't want to do this or you couldn't find these, you could certainly just buy those clamps and simply clamp them on. That would be gorgeous as well. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this today. Let me know if you're interested in seeing more Dollar Tree projects, or if you just like the thrift store, or if you like a combination. Leave me some comments, you guys. I appreciate it. Till next time. See y'all.